Tiger fans, I break down the reasons why LSU will beat Florida tomorrow night. Let's go. What is going on, Tiger fans? It is Friday night, 9/12/2025. Man, the year has flown by. It's been a crazy week, to say the least. But we have football. We have football on tonight. A couple decent sleepers: Arizona and Kansas State, and Colorado and Houston. I mean, not bad Friday night football. And then, of course, you got what's going on around the state. There's no better high school football in the United States, but that's just my opinion. No, look, so, we less than 24 hours to a huge game tomorrow night. Florida coming off that loss to South Florida. We're going to find out if that's just Florida is just they're not very good and Billy's on the way out, or South Florida is could be pretty good as well, or both could be true. We'll see, but it really doesn't matter because when these two teams get together, it's a dogfight, and so you got a tied record. I mean, so yeah, it's going to be fun anytime you get them, especially in Tiger Stadium Saturday night. Weather should be decent. Good news having Braylon Moore back. So he's going to be starting Saturday night. I mean, that's going to be huge. And so that leads me into some keys. And so they're going to be 3 on offense, 1 on defense. Special teams is just always a key. We're always going to say that something's going to happen there. So, but it's going to be the battle of quarterbacks to start. DJ Lagway, Garrett Nussmeier, not too many better throwers of the football. Let's just say that they can make it rain. And so we're going to have to see, DJ Lagway is a lot younger. He's still only a sophomore, coming off a big loss like that. You're hearing a lot of stuff in the background with your head coach. And then you come into Death Valley. That's, so we'll see. And then you got Patrick Payton, Bernard Gooden, and Jack Pyburn. He's got some revenge on his mind playing his old team. So I look to see what's the matchup like that. I'm going to give the edge to Nuss, not only just being at home, but there's an advantage to being a fifth-year senior and having all the experience that he has. And, this is just his time. And so, but what's going to help Nuss is we got to run the football. LSU has not been running the football efficiently up the middle, just basically the last 3 years. I know LSU had a great rushing rate in 2023, but a lot of that was Jaden Daniels. I know Logan Diggs was able, to hit some draws out of the shotgun, and he made it look a little better than it did. Last year it was just non-existent. Right now it's certainly seeming like that way too. I think Caden Durham has a big night. I think he wants to prove that he's that guy. Not only is he a blocker, not only is he catching the football out of the backfield, but he's an in between the tackles kind of guy. And I mean, just big, thick. He's going to have a big game. We got to be looking out for Banks on Florida's defensive line. The defensive tackle, he's huge. He had a big game against LSU last year. You know that Braylon Moore, Josh Thompson, and whoever's at left guard is circling him all night because he can be a game wrecker. And so I think Caden Durham, big day, finally established some semblance of a running game, particularly between the tackles. You're going to see more stuff with Xavion Thomas, Juwan Johnson. Would like to see Caleb Jackson get going, but, we're just going to be a wait and see there. But I think Harlan Berry's going to get his opportunity. I think, like it was said by Coach Brian Kelly, he required more of a conversation. And after that run last week, he certainly does. So, offensive line, kind of like I mentioned last week, I want to see Carius Kern more. It was asked in Kelly's press conference yesterday. He said Kern's at tackle for now. We'll see if that stays. And so I just think you need to get your best 5 on the line, and left guard is struggling. Hopefully Braylon Moore being back, that's going to create that continuity, that cushion, and they'll be able to run effectively between the tackles and protecting us too. I mean, for those that watch Drew Brees, I mean, having big time all pro guards like Carl Nicks and Jari Evans, it's just invaluable as a quarterback. And so you got to get the middle of the line fixed. And so more back. Hopefully they figure out left guard. I'm a big Kern fan. I'd love to see him start like Emory Jones did at right tackle his freshman year in 2022. We'll see. So we'll be watching out for that. And then on defense, there's really not a ton to see because it's been dominant. We just want to see more of that. And so basically, your entire game plan is number 2, DJ Lagway. I mean, so whether that's a spy, I know he's not a huge runner, but is that a spy? What kind of coverage is Blake playing? There's been talk about, is he going to continue to try to attack like what's always been his bread and butter, or is he more of a bend but don't break? I don't think you make yourself into one or the other. I think you got to be flexible week to week. I think that's this week, and I think LSU's in a huge advantage that basically if they can take out one guy, I think they're going to be able to handle the Gators. But this is a weird series, and so you just never know. But I'm going to be looking for the quarterbacks. I'm going to be looking for LSU running the football, particularly in between the tackles. I want to see more cohesion and a little bit more dominance at the point of attack for the offensive line. And then I want to see the defense stop number 2, because if you stop number 2, DJ Lagway, I think LSU wins comfortably. I know the spread's been kind of fluctuating, 9.5, 7.5. I think it's one of those, it's a closer than you would think, but I think maybe a 28, 17 kind of game, who knows? At the end of the day, we're all just guessing, we're having fun, but I think the Tigers win. So that's the most important thing. We continue to move forward to a national championship, one game at a time. Keep it to Louisiana Boot Crew Media. We're going to have a post-game show for you tomorrow after the game, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll keep moving forward. But for now, let's have a good time. And these are the best of the days. So go Tigers.